Hey everybody, I am Matthew of Mr. Domestic here at the Fat Quarter Shop Studio to teach you how to turn fabric weaving panels, double-sided that you saw in another video, into a quilt. So get ready to have some fun and follow me along the journey. So now we have look, the magic of television right here, that we are going to turn this into the beginning of a quilt using these double-sided panels. So what I'm going to do, just so you know, this right here, I'm going to take these over to the sewing machine and zigzag stitch this together so it's easier to manipulate whenever I add the sashing. Then I have Wonder Tape right here that I'm going to use to put sashing on either side. I have 1 1/4 inch strips here, and I'll show you how I fix that and sew it next. So now let's go over to the sewing machine. So now I am at the sewing machine, and I have it on a zigzag stitch as wide as possible, left it at the standard setting of 2. I'm going to take 2 of these right here. Using this foot, I'll line it up to the center, and then I will just go. Then I will do a second pair before attaching these 2 together. Now I have my 2 here. Do the same thing, centering it. Boop. Now I'll take this back over to the mat to prepare the sashing. So now this is where we add the double-sided sashing, which has made easier through the magic of Wonder Tape. If you've never used it before, it's amazing. But I'm going to prep the sashing first. So there it is. Boom, boom. Then I'm going to line it here. Right here. And I found when you use Wonder Tape, if you tear it, then it's a lot easier to remove the paper than cutting it. So get that on there, get that on there. Right here. Boom. So I'm going to bring this here, and I am going to line this, try to line it right on the stitch line. Right here. And I'm going to use an iron just to heat set it so it doesn't move around. And then fold it over, see? And then I'm going to press it one more time. And then now I'm going to take more Wonder Tape, put it right here on the weave. Boom, 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 boom. Remove it. And then, since it could vary, I'm going to manually put it there. To where it's right on the lip of that stitch line from securing the panels. So this is one side, yay, but this is double-sided, right? So we have to turn it over and do the same exact thing. Trying to be as precise as possible because you want to make sure to get all the layers whenever you then secure it. Oh, I was doing it wrong, folks. Put it on the strip. Make sure that it's really on there. Boom. Do the same thing. set this one. Press, press, press. Don't iron press. There we go. Fold this over. And if there are stitches like that, you don't want that. We can just pick it out later. Then lift that up, add more Wonder Tape. And if you don't know about Wonder Tape, it washes out. So it's a temporary bond. And I have found, this is a Mr. Domestic tip, I have found that by heat setting it, it removes a lot of the tackiness so that it shouldn't gum up your needle. So now I'm going to go and edge stitch this on the sewing machine before I prepare the vertical one, just to set that so the stitches look really awesome. Yay. Okay, so since I'm edge stitching it, which means the top stitch close to the edge, I'm going to use that center line as my marker that is on the foot, but that's also where the needle is here. So when it's centered, I'm going to move it over. 1, 2, 3. There we go. So I've moved it over so I can now continue to use that as the marker and it will stitch along the edge. And then I've gotten through both layers. See? Boom, y'all. Now I will do the other side. Wait, wrong way. Boom, boom, double-sided. Back over to the mat to prepare the other, and we are good. So now I have this prepped here, and I'm going to do the same process that I did on what was the horizontal. I just wanted to point something out because there was a gap here where there was no fabric, and that's why I'm doing the length on both the vertical and the horizontal to add that extra bulk so that it is consistent throughout the entirety of the quilt. So now that I've explained that, same process. Wonder Tape is wonderful. Yeah. And then make sure it's really on there. Ta-da, remove it. Heat set this. Fold it over. Press again. Flip it over. Add another layer of Wonder Tape. And then remove it. Ta-da. And then fold it over. And alternatively, if you don't have Wonder Tape, you can use like temporary glue. That works also. I just find Wonder Tape to be super duper easy to use. Press this. Also sold at Fat Quarter Shop. I'm doing the other side. Ta-da! Now it's prepped and ready to be sewn over on the sewing machine, and then boom, that's it. You'll be able to make yourself a quilt. This right here was a smaller version of the same quilt that I've done that's double-sided. This one's made out of the solid smooth denims from Art Gallery Fabrics. This is some of their new pure solids, but it's a technique that will definitely blow your mind as well as anyone else who sees it. So now this is a fully finished double-sided woven quilt in the making that will definitely become an heirloom for you or your family member or friend that you give it to. So hopefully you enjoyed this video, and if you'd like to see more of them, make sure to follow my YouTube channel, Mr. Domestic, M-I-S-T-E-R, spelled out. Don't forget to follow Fat Quarter Shop, of course. Give this video a thumbs up, like it, leave a comment, all of that. And thank you for coming along with me on my fabric weaving journey. See you later. bye.